Hey. Hi. I'm Bonnie Lacy, and I'm currently reading from my book, Cash Envelopes. You've Never Had So Much Money. This guy and this guy. I'm reading from the companion workbook so I can show you the lines that I've created in the book, and hopefully that helps you. If you've watched the first ones, like the intro and the first chapters that I've read before this one, maybe you have some comments, maybe you have some questions. You're free to email me. Go to my website, bonnielacy.com, and there's a contact page there, and you can fill that in whether you have questions or comments or suggestions on how to gift these books and how to use these books. I'd be appreciated because it's more of a conversation. We need to hear from you. We need to talk to each other, right? Okay, so today I'm going to read from chapter 3, First Steps. Our first steps needed to be baby steps. As we learn this new way of living and banking and financing. Is that a word? We had plunged headlong into creating debt without thinking. Our childishness had driven us to buy, buy, buy. Now we needed to rein ourselves in and teach ourselves to grow up. And that we couldn't get everything we wanted. Oh my gosh. We needed to learn to recognize that when I spied a sale on shoes and I wanted to jump up and down, I had to tell myself no, because actually I needed those books about how to get out of debt. See how I am? Justify everything. I tried to get myself into more debt by buying more books on how to get out of debt. I even wanted to buy more than I needed at the grocery store. It's food, right? So I need to buy it. Opening bills in the mail, like car registrations do once a year, really got me off my behind to take those first steps. Get out the calculator. I'm not really sure where the idea came from to start using cash envelopes. Probably something I flitted over in my desperate reading. See resources. My parents had never spoken of them that I remember, although my sister remembers more than I do. She's older than I am. When I got out the calculator, reality hit hard. Seeing numbers in black and white, or red and white, hit home. That moment truly is overwhelming to anyone who has been there. There are plenty of books on how to pay off credit card debt. They recommend paying off the smaller ones first, then pushing those freed up payments to add onto the payment for the next smallest balance, and so on. But this book is primarily about cash envelopes. Let's get it all out. I've been honest about my debt. Now it's your turn. List your credit card balances here. So I've left lines here, okay? I'll wait. So, get out the calculator. Get out the checkbook or credit card statements if you pay for anything with your credit card. We have a joint account that I use because Dearly Beloved is often out on the road using the business account. So the cash envelopes are based on, and this system are based on the joint account only, for home and personal use only. Go back 6 months in that checkbook register or online in your bank website. Create categories as you go: food, fuel for the car, water bills, lawn maintenance. That one seems like a luxury, and it is. But it's my gift to me, as Dearly Beloved is gone overnight, 5 or 6 nights a week, sometimes more. Every grocery store account or amount gets recorded as food, including Walmart. I know. Yes, we all know that it's easy to toss a book or shirt in the cart there. But just add Walmart entries in as food for right now to keep things simple. Then total up every category, every time you paid for fuel, every check for shoes, clothing, movies, every charge for eating out. Also separate out doctor bills, any medical bills, pharmacy, do you save for Christmas? How much do you spend for gifts other than Christmas? Birthday gifts. We have many grandkids now. Oh my goodness. Remember, what you set up at first can be revised later, after you live with the system for a while. Yep, a later chapter addresses that. I came up with these spending categories, which became my cash envelopes: fuel for car, food, Christmas, doctor, gifts, Mary Kay, yep, everything, eating out, shoes, clothing, water bill, vitamins, lawn service, vacation, entertainment, car registrations, CPA. Look over my list when you have the books. Yours won't be the same, but there will be similarities. You may not use Mary Kay. You might not buy vitamins or food supplements on a regular basis like I do. We live in small town USA, so our water bill comes from a cash envelope, and we can pay it with cash. Vacation is for any small trips we may take, to see the grandkids, a camping trip, or towards the big vacation. Yay! It is such a pleasure to want to go on a movie date to see the latest blockbuster, dig into the entertainment envelope, and presto, we have enough to have a burger too from our eating out envelope. And believe me, this is so freeing. We have a trucking business, so our cell phones, car, and pickup truck payments and maintenance are paid by the business. So that's the difference that, you might notice. This is a great reason to start your own business, just as long as the deductions are legitimate. I also create temporary envelopes for upcoming expenses. Piano maintenance. I've got a key that sticks, and I need to have that repaired. New glasses. Ta-da! The next freezer full of beef. Also, you will hopefully see further into this book that when I deposit our paycheck, there are some bills that are easier to pay by check. I have a weekly system of when I pay those utility bills, internet, tithe. Utilities are set up on a budget plan, so are easier to pay by check also. When we started this system, our home was paid for, so there was no mortgage payment. Oh. And we do have a Netflix account set up on a credit card. Yeah, there are definitely some bills that need to go there on that credit card. Okay, now look over what you actually spent over the last 6 months in each category. Take the food category, for example. We are empty nesters now, so ours won't be the same as some of you with several kids at home. There are ways to save on food, gardens, canning. I know that's a lot of work. Coupons. Be brutal. If something's on sale that you buy regularly, buy two. Did you spend $200 per week on food? $400? Write it in here. Write it in here. How often did you get paid during those 6 months? Once a month? Twice? Every week? Write it here. Right there. Let's say you spend $100 per week on food and get paid weekly. Gonna make it easy. You need to put $100 in your food cash envelope every week. If you get paid monthly, you'll need to put in $400. If your actual total is $289 for your envelope, you can round it up to $300 if you want. Add up what you spent in each category until you get through them all. Also, add in your own categories. Did you purchase fabric on a regular basis? If you do, there's no condemnation. I have some I'll give you. Then make a category for that and figure out how much you'll need per paycheck. This takes a bit of time, but stick with me. It's worth the time you take at the beginning. My husband now brags on this system to his pool partners or anyone else who will listen. That is huge. You will need to figure out which bills are easier to pay with your checking account, even when you pay for most things with cash. Some bills you might need a receipt for, so that would be your check. I note when each bill is due, and this is huge, I make out a payment schedule. No more terrifying surprises. Other checking account bills for us are utility or insurance, bills that are not local. Just easier to send a check rather than run an errand long distance, right? Although I love road trips. If you get paid twice per month or once a month, adjust accordingly. If you get paid monthly, you will have more cash on hand on payday, which is sometimes harder or more tempting. But divide it out the same way with however often you get paid. You might then want to divide out, say, your food envelope again, so you have just that amount available for a week at a time. If you are a good steward of cash, maybe do the major shopping once a month and pick up bread, milk, and fresh foods weekly, saving that amount each week for each items. Go ahead and figure out the rest of your envelope. I'll wait. There's fuel for car, food. See what I've done? You can fill it out here. Christmas, doctor, gifts, Mary Kay, everything. Eating out, shoes, clothing, water bill, vitamins, lawn service, vacation, entertainment, car registration, CPA. Gather the envelopes. No, really. Gather envelopes. I use the ones for my credit card mailings since I pay those bills online. Or when you get credit card applications in the mail, there's always an envelope. Yeah, I'm cheap now. Write the category on the outside: food, fuel, Christmas, and how much goes in each from every paycheck. Find a folder or an expandable file to keep the envelopes in. Keep it in a specific place because this is the guts of your household spending. I have a portable file, plastic with grooves for file folders. It came in extremely handy when we lived in our camper for 2 months while we waited to move into our new house. Otherwise, keep your file in an office, closet, or wherever you sit to pay your bills. Keep your incoming bills in the file too if you'd like. You'd always know where they are. Getting organized. After you get your folder and envelopes set up, the next step is to create a monthly schedule of what bills you pay each week. I made one on the computer for each week since we get paid weekly. For instance, we always pay our electric bill in the 3rd week of the month. It's due the last week, so we have a small cushion. On my schedule, there's a line for each week from the 1st of the month to the end of the month, and what bills need to be paid from that paycheck and when. You could even slide your scheduled template into a plastic cover and check off the bills paid with a marker, then wipe and reuse every month or every payday. I have a stack of scratch pads, and sometimes I just use those. Write it out for each week. Again, I use what I have. I didn't go out and pay big money for a beautiful package system or a new app, or I don't know what there is right now. Use what you have. You can do this.